I cannot stop eating this granola. It is literally the best granola I have ever had. Just because I made it myself and I made it exactly like I like it. Can you believe how good that granola looked? Oh my God, I have it almost every day for breakfast. And making your own granola seems a little bit extreme, but if you like your flavor profile of granola to be very specific, like I do, lots of honey, lots of raisins, lots of vanilla, and not much else, then making it yourself allows you to control your flavor, what you put in it, what you don't put in it. You want more sugar, put more sugar. You are in control. And because we live out on the road and we go to different grocery stores all the time, if I did fall in love with a specific granola, I don't know if I could find it again. And you know exactly your ingredients, nutrition, and everything. So I think I've made the case for making your own granola, so now let's start making it. If you need your granola to be gluten-free like I do, it's really not much different than regular granola. One specific difference is gluten-free certified oats. So if you're a gluten-free person who's very, very sensitive, yes, you're going to want to get the certified oats. If you're gluten sensitive and oats don't bother you, just use whatever oats, but make sure you use regular oats, not the instant cook oats. So I've got the oats in the bowl, and now we're going to get all the deliciousness ingredients in here. Okay, before we get into the deliciousness part of the ingredients, I want to talk about nuts. Most granola has nuts. I have a thing about nuts in granola. Not my friend. I don't want almonds. I don't want macadamia nuts. I don't want any of that. But if you like nuts, by all means put nuts in your granola. And you're going to want to put them with the dry here with the oats, because we're going to keep the dry and the wet separate, and then we're going to mix them together. So your nuts do go in when they get toasted in the oven. You don't put them on afterwards. So if you want to, just go nuts with your granola. Okay, so what do we have for the deliciousness ingredients? In here, I've got 1/3 cup of sunflower and 1/3 cup of honey. That ratio is really, really important. I just mixed them together, and I'm going to pour them into this saucepan. And so you're probably thinking, saucepan, wait, we're cooking this granola? No, we're just going to heat up these ingredients for one very important reason, and that is to dissolve the sugar that I'm about to put in here. I have about 1/4 cup of brown sugar and salt, kosher salt. Now it's very important, the kosher salt could be considered dry. You could put it in with your oats and nuts if you're using them, but what you'll find is it doesn't dissolve well, and you'll get big hits of salt in your granola bites, which is kind of cool, but not what I wanted in my granola. And so I've got some vanilla and some cinnamon. I'm going to mix this together, go get it on the stove. I do not want to boil it. I just want to heat it up because I want this sugar to dissolve. Oh, this smells so good. Oh, the granola is going to be amazing. Okay, so I've got it heated up. I've got my sugar dissolved. And then my oats are in here. And if I had nuts, they'd be in there too. I'm just going to pour it in over the oats. And now you're going to want to fold your oats and deliciousness ingredients. That's what I'm just going to keep calling it. The goal here is to coat all of your oats. So you can tell if all of your oats are coated because they're going to turn a little bit darker color, not extremely darker, but when the oats were in here, they had a whitish color. Now they have a deeper tan color. So I'm pretty confident that all my oats are coated with the deliciousness ingredients. Now, while I'm doing this, I'm going to talk to you about fruit. You may be thinking to yourself, wow, I really like dried fruit in my granola. And I do too. I love raisins in my granola. Really raisins and that's it, but I am going to say I'm going to start experimenting with dried cranberries, but I think that's as far as I'll go. Maybe dried apples, but I'm not so sure. So if you want to put fruit in your granola, you do not put it in at this stage. It goes on at the end, and you'll see that when I put a whole slew of raisins on top of my granola. So if you like fruit, you like nuts, this granola recipe's got you covered. So I am going to scoop, whatever you want to call it, the granola into the pan. And you don't need to spray the pan, and I do have parchment down. That'll make for easier cleaning. Because there's so much oil in this, there's no need to put any spray or anything down. Okay, and now I'm going to spread it out. You want it to be a fairly thin layer, and because the goal of the oven is to basically toast this. So we're toasting all of our oats, and you're going to want it in a flat layer to achieve that. We are not going to be turning throughout the toasting, baking process, so it's even more important that you have a flat layer. So I just get the spatula in here and kind of push and pull the oats. I'm kind of giving it an eye test, you know, if it's flat, is it not flat? I could go over this with my hand to feel if it's flat or not flat, but I think I'm going to be okay. Okay, I think we're good to go in the oven. So I've got the oven preheated at 300 degrees. I'm going in for about 30 minutes. It could take 30 to 40 depending on your oven. Keep an eye on it. You don't want it to be really, really dark. It can be a little deceptive. It's going to look a little browner, but if you go too long, you're going to burn your granola, and we don't want that. It's out of the oven and it smells absolutely amazing. So when it comes out of the oven is when a lot of the magic happens. It's still kind of cooking or baking. There's a lot of heat involved here, and it's going to take a while for it to dry and kind of consolidate together. So what I like to do is put it in a bowl, because what I want to do is get some chunks out of it. And if I leave it spread out like that, it's not going to chunk very much. So I'm going to transfer this to the bowl here. It smells so good. Oh my God, I'm so excited. Okay, now my exceptional amount of raisins are going in. Now I like a lot of raisins, about a cup of raisins. You could do a half a cup of dried fruit or a full cup, whatever you like. That's what's great about making your own stuff. You do it exactly how you like it. So I'm going to mix it in here very gently and distribute these raisins as best I can. I'm actually going to get it. It's a little warm, but I think I can handle it. I'm going to get in here with my hands and mix it together. And I'm also going to kind of squeezing as I go, because I want to get a little stickiness together. Now it is hot, so don't squeeze too hard because you're going to hurt yourself. My granola is going to sit here and cool and get stickier and stickier together, but I got to take a bite now. I just have to. Oh my God. Oh, exactly the way I like it. Lots of vanilla, lots of honey, not a lot of other flavors or ingredients. And so you can make your granola exactly how you like it. If you like flaxseed and chia seeds and all those other seeds, which I just cannot stand, and most all store-bought granola seems to have them in it, put them in. Go crazy. So how do you like your granola? Let us know. I want to know. I think everybody who watches this video wants to get some ideas. So if you're putting dried apricots in, or almonds, or cashews, or chia seeds, whatever it is, let us know in the comments below. And you might just inspire me to go out of my granola wheelhouse and try something new. I'm usually very adventurous, but when it comes to granola, I like what I like. Thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate it. I hope you make this granola. It's so amazing. Link to the full recipe will be in the description below, or you can find it at gfexplorers.com. And hey, if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It really helps us out. And give us a comment while you're at it. We like to see your comments. And until next time, happy eating.